Yo, Combs. Combs! How you doing? How the f*** are you? Come on, sit down, come here. I'm good, man. I need your help. Oh, what's the matter? Man, I've been spending too much money. I need to track everything that I've spent this past month, all right? I need your help. I need your help.
Ain't that some shit, pal? Was it the rigatoni? The pasta scallops and the rigatoni?
It was in and out. It was burgers and fries.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, I know. You shitting me? I need you to do something for me. Please just make me an app using Google Script that'll just track my expenses, and I can just organize it and automatically put it in my spreadsheet. All I ask for.
All right. Enough. I'll do it. Get out of here.
What is going on, y'all? This is Comms Engineering, and in this video we are going to be building a simple finance chart application using Google Script. Now, what I have here is just a simple layout for all the months of the year. Here I've got my liquidity, or just how much I have that is going to be going into this chart, how much money. This is going to be monthly savings, and we have three categories here. We have one for business. This can include freelancing work, jobs that you've done for people, things to help you with your freelance work, such as equipment and all that. We've got base, which is red, cool, other necessities. This right here is your physiological needs, your gas, food, water, rent. And then we have food in orange. And then this one in green is just extra. This is actually cash flow that's coming in. And these three categories are out. Manually explain how this works. So in February, let's say that I spent $20 on food. I'm going to enter 20, and that is going to be orange, and now that automatically bumps down my liquidity to $7,480, and my monthly spendings for February are $20. So I also want to add a note to this, and I want to type what was this for. And let's say it was in and out. I also want to put why. I like to include the why just because it allows you to look in retrospect and see why you actually purchased something. Was it impulsive? Was it necessary? That kind of thing. In this case, it was a night out with friends. Okay, so when, date, where, location. This is optional. Put that, and there. That black triangle right there indicates that you have a note, and you can hover and look at every single purchase you've made that past month. And you could add more columns and add more rows or columns if you want. And then you have the end, which is the end of 2025, and you can make another spreadsheet. So that was all manually inputted by me as the user, but we want to automate this. So we want to do our best to automate this and kind of make it more convenient. So we go here to the extensions, we go to the app script, and you'll find yourself here, which is an environment for Google Script where you can develop your own kind of functions and automations for Google Spreadsheets. Here on the left side, we have files, libraries, and services. Our files are open right now, which is code.js, which means Google Script. It's just a variation of JavaScript with Google's twist on it, you could say. Libraries, we're not going to be using that. And we also have services, a bunch of APIs, but we're not really going to be needing any of those. We just want to code in straight Google Script. Basically, what we want to do here is we're going to give it a number, let's say 9. We're going to give it a category out of these three, which is going to be anything you spent money on. Say food. And we're also going to give it a preset of notes. Now we can leave it at this, and basically what this is going to do, if you click out of it, is it's going to reformat it into a bunch of notes. When you hover over it, a cell with a color and a number, and as you can see, that color is for food, and you can see that black triangle. Those are the notes. I've got what, when, why, where, and receipt. This is optional. And as you can see, it automatically kind of resembles this one right here we had earlier. So that is the goal for this sheet. Now in the function, we have pretty much everything. I'm gonna call it on input, and this function needs a variable, a parameter. I'm just gonna go with E, and do variable sheet is equal to E, which is our parameter, range dot get sheet. Now this is going to fetch the sheet that we're going to be working on, and then we put a semicolon there. And for our conditional statement, if the sheet name, so if sheet dot get name is not equal to, I'm going to name mine 2025, then we return kind of a null, because if the sheet is not equal to the name, then this function automatically won't work. So right away, we're testing to see if the sheet name is correct, because you maybe have 2020, you may be working it on 2026, 2027, 2015, who knows, right? So automatically make sure that it's the correct name. Under that, we're going to do variable cell. We're gonna call it cell is equal to e.range. Gonna get the range of the cell. Another variable called value, cell.get value. Now the cell is just getting this e.range is pretty much just getting the individual cell, and the value is seeing what's inside, getting the contents inside. Now this is where the comma is going to come into the play. So if value.includes parentheses, quotation, comma, return null. If it's not value.includes the comma, then return null. Right, so we want it to have a comma so that it can indicate between indexes, which is our next thing. Indexes are pretty much kind of ordered computer instructions. So computers always start with index 0 instead of 1. So they go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for each value, you're going to deal with indexes in arrays pretty much, and you'll get them in different executions of code. Pretty much it's an orderly instructional thing. Right, so to go further, we have var data, value equals value dot split. So data is splitting the number and the category from earlier. So we do number equals to data index 0. So this is going to be the number. So if we do 9, this is index 0. This is index 1 dot trim. So we're going to split that between that and category 1 dot trim. And we can do to lowercase. You don't have to worry about being case sensitive. And yeah, and the color, let's just set it at like white. This is the default white background. So again, let's recap. So this splits inputted data. Index 0 is numbers. It kind of gets confusing, but you'll get used to it. Index 1 is category. Now we need to assign the colors based on the category. Now, as you can see, colors, we'll just do a bunch of if statements. So if category is equals to quotation business, color is equal to this one, you can go back here and click on the cell and you can do custom. You'll see your hex number right there. You can just copy that and paste it there. Quotation. So this is going to be pink. And for the rest, we do else if. So if it's not this color, or if it's not this category, you do an else if. Okay, sweet. Now, after that, we're going to bring cell back into play and make it set the value for the number, right? So this is updating the cell to only display the number and to set the background color. Background to color. Now it's time to add the preset notes. Adding notes. Now these notes are the ones that you kind of hover over and look at. You can manually do them by like inserting note right here and typing away. Or we can have it preset for you as we're doing here. For that, we're going to do, we're going to do variable, and we're going to call it time. We're going to do var note, and we're going to do a tilde, which is right under your escape key. Do what, colon, or it's \n. You'll input that. When is going to be a colon. We're going to have to set another variable for this, but we're going to do timestamp. New line, y, new line, where, keep, optional. So that's a note, and we're going to do cell.set note to note. And don't forget about the timestamp, because that's going to enable us to add the time for the when automatically. New date, and here it's going to give us a bunch of different methods. We're just going to do 2 local strings. So and forget to add the parentheses, and that is literally all we need to do. Get to add the curly brace. Now that is our, we have a syntax error. Got to comment that out, and that must have quotation, and you can save the project and run it up here. And again, yeah, let's change this back to on edit is what triggers this function. Let's run. Don't worry about this error, we're good on that. And we can exit out of this, reload this, and we can test it out. So we can do 5, food, tap away from it, and there you go. Immediately it goes and sets everything you need. Now this is pretty practical for if you're going to play with cash. If you're a person that pays a lot with cash, then this is pretty useful because you can't really track everything from your bank transactions and your bank statements and put it here. But regardless, you can put whatever you want here and it'll keep you pretty organized. That's all. Thank you. See y'all in the next video.